Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here and today it is time for me to bring you yet another episode of our Hull City career mode. Today it is another live com episode and I've got another 3 games for you guys to behold today. As is always the case in this series, we're going to flick over to the calendar and you can see what games we're going to be playing. First of all, Middlesbrough, then Manchester City and Stoke in the EPL. We've been struggling a lot with fixture congestion recently with 3 games in the space of a week and then another half-week break till City. Then after that it should be a lot easier to keep the squad very fit, basically until the end of the season. Not too long to go at the moment, and we're still 4 points clear in the league, which is, to be quite honest with you, absolutely ridiculous. But we are still 4 points clear of Stoke City. Crystal Palace, they're sat in 3rd, but they've got a game in hand. In the meantime, you guys voting for Jerry Saint-Just as your player of the episode last time. Once again, a massive thank you to everyone who voted. Quite a lot of people voting on these polls, which is nice to see. But of course, him winning that award for the first time means that he'll play every single game of today's episode. Before we get into any games though, we're just going to do some training and also reflect on what happened last episode. Obviously a decent result, or a decent episode in terms of results, but the main thing as well going on was that we managed to keep hold of Andrew Robertson. We're going to offer him a contract just after we've done this training session, but he decided to go back on his word and he's decided to stay at the club, which means he should be open now for transfer negotiations. More good news as well, Johan Cardinal going up to a 77 there in training. So we are pretty short on money at the moment, but I am going to give this contract here to Andrew Robertson. We're not going to risk things too much. We're going to give in a 37.5k contract offer instead of the 30k that Andrew Robertson was demanding, because this is how we got into the situation in the first place. We didn't give him a good enough contract. 4-year contract, clean sheet bonus of 5%, and then crucial first team player, because that is in reality what he's going to be. Now, one final thing just before we play this game against Middlesbrough, we just had an email here from Onyinye and Didi saying that he feels as if he's been progressing and would like to discuss a higher wage. Now, once again, we are struggling a little bit for money, but given it looks like basically guaranteed we're going to get into the Champions League at this point, or at least into some European competition, we should get quite a decent budget increase at the end of the season. So here's Onyinye and Didi. He's on 8k at the moment. He's only wanting 10. But one thing I've learnt from when a player asks for a contract increase, or a wage increase, sorry, you have to go just a little bit beyond the player demands. So we are going to do that. We're going to go for 12k, and stamina has had a massive effect on this squad. There you can see the squad that we're going to roll with. We are sacrificing Ryan Mason for this one still, because he had a good episode last time, but Jake Hesketh and Josh Timon into the side. It's definitely not our best squad, and this is the squad we're going to have to use to face Middlesbrough in today's first game of the episode. This, however, is going to be a fantastic opportunity for some of the younger players and sort of fringe players in the side to really impress. Josh Timon, obviously Jake Hesketh's also starting this one. Also got Harry Maguire coming in at centre-back because both Saint-Just and Curtis Davies are quite tired. Going into this one with the best defensive team in the league with 28 goals conceded only. Stoke and Chelsea best of the rest with 29 conceded, and definitely down to that man that you saw on the screen there, Michael Keane, who's been solid at the back ever since he came in January. A few people commenting as well about button noise. I honestly don't know if there's much I can do about that. I really apologise. My bumper buttons are just really loud naturally. Middlesbrough on the ball early on. Ryan Mason a little bit out of position there. I think Middlesbrough are going to try and put the ball in, but it's headed away there by Michael Keane, and Ryan Mason should collect that, but doesn't. It falls to Martin Derone. Good save from Cardinal. It's also just come to my attention that the player who won player of the episode last time, which is Jerry Saint-Just, isn't actually starting this game and isn't on the bench either because of fatigue. So I really apologise about that. To be honest with you, it's probably for the best that he's not playing this game. Mason and Didi, some nice passing play. Trying to find Bailey, who can get there. Good save, though, from Victor Valdez. Leon Bailey somehow getting on the end of that, actually. You probably could have actually passed that across to Preciado. Well, there was a defender there, actually, thinking about it. Probably the shot was the better option. Now, Stefaniak, lovely little roulette to get into space. What a save from Victor Valdez. But just that little spark once again from Stefaniak. The roulette to get past Balogun. That's a good save from Victor Valdez. It's going to go out for a corner. Really nice opening his body up as well from Stefaniak. Into the box for the corner. There's not really anyone at the... I love putting it to the near post. But no one really made themselves available straight away. And Didi, though, with the header. Well, that's actually Odebarjo even. Oh, some really nice skill, actually, there from Hesketh right at the end of the half. But it is half-time here at the KC Stadium. It's 0-0 in this local derby. It's not really a local derby, but they're classed as rivals on the game. I wouldn't really call this a massive derby, to be quite honest with you. Just a quick thing, by now you guys will have seen the first episode of the numbers game. I hope you really enjoyed it. I know I've been bigging it up for quite some time. It feels like quite a unique series. It's definitely something that I've never done before. I've always done very simple career modes, really. You know, I'd always try and make some good editing out of it, but the idea behind it, the concept is always quite simple. That's a wonderful ball from Stefaniak through to Hesketh in the meantime. Good save, though, from Victor Valdez. But yeah, as I was saying, I hope you guys have enjoyed the numbers game. Feel free to let me know in the comment section if you have. If you haven't, there'll be an annotation at the top of the screen where you guys can check out the first episode of that new series. Middlesbrough, though, going forward. Good shot, actually, and that definitely hit the arm of Michael Keane. So we're lucky to get away with that one. Handballs aren't on, but that was definitely one. This could be an interesting chance, though. Fabio diving in there, and it's allowed Leon Bailey to get away down the left-hand side. Ball into the box by Preciado, and he should have done so much better. That is very poor from Preciado. It'll be his final action of the game, quite rightfully. Final chance here for Stefaniak to put a ball into the box, but there's no one there. It was a wonderful cross, but no one was in that position. Leon Bailey, rather questionably, is celebrating that 0-0 draw. It's an alright result. I think on the balance of play we deserve to win, but it's an okay result, I suppose. A little bit disappointing to see Preciado flopping his lines again. Only a 6 rating, which is appalling, to say he played 75 minutes. It's just frustrating, you know, we see him have a good episode, like a wonder episode, and then he's gone, and he's anonymous again. Good news as well, contract offer for Andrew Robertson has been accepted, so we are going to be keeping hold of him, which is absolutely wonderful after he decided that he was actually wanting to stay. So that's some good news there. Even better news as well, Onyinye Ndidi decided to accept that contract, which is a bit of a snip really, because it was only 12k a week, and to say he basically plays every single game. Time though for the second game of today's episode. Should be a slightly sterner task in theory, or a slightly more difficult game in theory, against Manchester City. Going into this one, you can see we're still 2 points clear of Stoke, but Manchester United are starting to prepare a comeback. They're only 6 points behind us. I'd say they're probably the favourites. Just a quick line about this game in terms of the lineup. We've got Snodgrass and Abel Hernandez back in the side, the two guys who were really meant to be the main men in this series when I first started it. Hernandez sort of has been. He's the top scorer in the series. Snodgrass, not so much. Hasn't had as much of an impact as players like Stefaniak and Leon Bailey, but he's back in the side. And we could be going forward straight away, actually, with Leon Bailey. Interesting decision to put the ball straight in. Hernandez, though, gets to it. It's a simple save for Claudio Bravo in the end. Also, as well, of course, Coziello back in the side as well. I think really the main man who makes this team really tick, to be quite honest with you. I've just seen someone go down. It was Jake Livermore, and you could tell as soon as the challenge came in that he was going to stay down. And after just, what, 6 minutes of this game? Actually, no. You know what? No. This is saying something. This is quite the statement. But I'm actually going to bring on Davies and push Saint-Just to being a defensive mid. Honestly, what's his passing like? Long pass 66, short pass 73. That's good enough. That's good enough to party. He's got good defensive stats. That's fine. I'm going to play Saint-Just. I just don't really fancy Tom Huddleston much anymore. Should be an interesting test, actually, seeing Saint-Just in the centre midfield role. He's won the ball back instantly there. Here's Aguero being put down the line. That's a great ball in, and Sterling just takes it out of play. It's just been a really bitty game. No one's got into a flow. No one's had a period of domination. There's not been any chances at all. It's just been really just dire, to be quite honest with you. Oh, chance for Coziello here. Blocked there. It's fallen to Bailey now. And Didi will go for a long-range strike, but it's wide. Oh my word. Oh my word. City have hit the bar. Ball, what in the world? That's a foul, definitely. The shot coming in from Sane, but the foul in the end, I think, from Fernandinho. I was completely silent. I think the shot coming in, and it was deflected onto the bar by Moses Odabajo. Fair play, too. Incredible block. There's Robertson, and now Stefaniak with the turn goes for the shot, but it's blocked, and Bravo can't quite get it away with his feet. Good turn, though, from Stefaniak. Corner doesn't find anyone, and Saint-Just loses it, and we've got no one back. We've got no one back. What's going on here? Stefaniak getting back, and City absolutely wasting that opportunity to break there. Goodness me. That is the end of the game, and just an awful game of football. It's 0-0 again. There's a serious shout of there not being a goal in this episode. That was one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Moses Odubarjo gets man of the match in the world's most boring football match. Decent ratings as well for Cosiello and Didi, Bailey and Son Just, who was good in the first half. Just another bout of training here. We will actually train Valkvist again at one point, or at some point soon. I think once we've got Son Just up and overall, I think, we'll start training Valkvist. Talking about going up, Stefaniak goes up from 74 to 75, so yet more growth for him. That's plus 7 now. And as you can see, I was actually correct. Jake Livermore will be out for 3 months with a broken ankle. I said at the time if it was realistic he'll have broke his ankle. It did look as if that was what had happened from the animation. It's looking increasingly like no one wants to actually win this league. Manchester United dropping points in their game in hand so they stay 4th. So the final game of today's episode could be an unlikely title decider. We'll have to wait and see, but it's certainly first versus second. It is Stoke City versus Hull City at the Britannia Stadium. There you can see the squad that we're going to be using in the background. To be quite honest with you, all I want is a goal from this game. We've not had a goal all episode. Here then is a Stoke side. You can see why they are doing pretty well. They've got a pretty dangerous side. Jed and Shaqiri, Bojan, and of course Janelli and Bula. Here though is confirmation of our squad. It's pretty much the standard at the moment. Apart from Linus Valkvist is in for Odubarjo. I wonder what's being said in that group huddle. Johan Cardinal just like, guys, please, can you just flipping score a goal? Some space though being left for Stefaniak to run into. There, and he almost gets the ball across. It's fallen to Valkvist, though, of all people, who very much snatches at it. It goes high and wide over the bar. Decent run there being made by Andrew Robertson. Now Abel Hernandez making a run. We've got Cosiello there as well, who's got to it. Has Vincent Cosiello. Can he cut inside? Yes, he can. Can Cosiello score? It's a great save from Jack Butland. That's a massive chance in this game. Corner is headed away. Here's Cosiello. It's to Mason. Can he go for a long shot? Yes, he can. What a goal from Ryan Mason. Oh, my word. That is sensational. From Ryan Mason, what a goal into the near post. Finally, we have a goal this episode. Was it worth the wait? Potentially. What a goal from the English central midfielder. It's set up by Cosiello. He's going to get another assist to his name. But he didn't really do anything, did he? Apart from win the corner that it came from. It's headed out by Eric Peters, laid down by Cosiello, and Mason does the rest. Oh, it's actually deflected in. It's actually deflected in off Glenn Whelan. Stoke are going to need a response here, because they've just lost the ball in a very dangerous position, and they need to make sure they're not crumbling. Bojan in a lot of space, actually worrying amounts of space. Now in Bula, now Sobby. Good block there from Mason, but he'll still fall to a Stoke player. Good save at the near post from Johan Cardinal. Mason there has seen a run from Cosiello, and it is a goal. It's 2-0. What a ball that was from Ryan Mason. Vincent Cosiello puts the ball in. We were saying earlier it's been a long time since he scored. Butland gets a hand to it, but it is 2-0. Vincent Cosiello this time doing the scoring instead of actually setting other people up to score. And it's another assist for Ryan Mason. Having not really been a main staple in this squad, he's got a lot of assists this season. That's another one. His passing is very, very good on this game. Oh, that's a brilliant reverse ball through, but who is that? Vincent Cosiello there to cover. What's he going to do with it, though? He's seen Hernandez. He's found Hernandez. Hernandez is still going. He's brought down. That's a penalty. Simple as that. The run from Bailey making that one. Quite glad that I kept him on in the end. And Hernandez then wins the penalty. No decision in terms of a card for Ryan Shawcross, and this is the opportunity now to just completely kill off this game. And it'll be an opportunity for Abel Hernandez to score his first goal in quite some time as well. It's been a long, long time actually since he scored in this series, relatively speaking, to sort of the last few times. Hernandez will put it in the bottom left, and he'll put him in the back of the net, and that is game, set, and match in this one. 3-0 away from home against Stoke City. We are going to make a substitution of our own, I reckon, as well. We're going to give Will Keane an opportunity up front. We haven't seen much of him this series. It's going to be the two Keane brothers for the first time for a substantial period of time. Will Keane up front and Michael Keane at the back. We're also going to rest Ryan Mason too. Stoke are starting to look a lot more attacking here. Ramadan Sobby down the right-hand or left-hand side even, but it's headed away emphatically by Son Just. Oh, good turn though there from Cenk Tosun. He's got a man in support. It's Whelan. It's over the bar. That was actually an alright chance, to be fair, for the AI there. Stoke with it. I mean, it's far too little, far too late. There's only 16 minutes of the game to go. But an alright chance for Glenn Whelan there. The way we're playing this last few minutes, I don't think we're going to score again. We're being very wasteful going forward, which is a bit of a shame, actually, because with Stoke attacking and already being out of the game, this would have been a really good opportunity for Will Keane to get some chances. But here's Valkvist to Bailey. A bit of support there from Will Keane himself, actually, who might have a chance after all in this one. Going to try and bend it in, but it's straight at Butland in the end. The angle wasn't great, actually, to be fair. That wasn't really his fault. That was my fault. But whatever the circumstance, we win that game very convincingly. And it's a great way to end a relatively otherwise boring episode. A 3-0 domination, really, of Stoke, barring that last sort of 10 minutes. Unsurprisingly, some pretty damn good ratings. 9.5 for Mason. That's man of the match worthy for him. Koziela with a 9.3. Also very good ratings as well there for Keane and for Hernandez. And look at that. That result then opens up a 6-point lead at the top of the table between ourselves and Stoke. Obviously Liverpool and Manchester United do have games in hand, so that lead could be brought down to, what, 4 points? But still we're in a 5 points. We are still in a very, very good position. In the background, though, you are seeing the Hall of Fame, and you'll see all the stats. Obviously, Abel Hernandez finally adding to that goal tally that he's got at the moment in this series. Kozielo as well, adding to his assist tally as well. Appearances-wise, I think it is Hernandez who still holds that, because I think he featured in every single game of today's episode. Nevertheless, you can vote for your player of the episode in the top right of the screen. You can decide who plays every game in the next episode. There'll be a few options. I think really the main options will have been the players that played well in that final game. Apart from that, there weren't too many candidates. But nevertheless, hope you have enjoyed today's episode of Hull City Career Mode. Feel free to hit the likes button if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. The growth really, recently has been, stupid. So, that's a bit mad. Nevertheless, thank you guys ever so much for that. It has been a pleasure, though, ranting at you guys today. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
No, that's not me. Act like a waste man.